instructing the administration to facilitate Mr. Abrego Garcia's return. And it seems to me that ultimately the court is going to need to aggressively enforce its decision. When you've got lower courts who have issued orders, then of course the jurisdiction will fall with them.
I just want to make sure I am understanding you right. Are you saying that the Supreme Court should hold President Trump in contempt, should hold his cabinet members who were involved in this in contempt?
The Supreme Court needs to take a close look at enforcing its orders, and that is generally going to involve not the president, of course, at this moment in time, but is going to involve cabinet secretaries and other administration officials who are responsible for the actual execution of these orders or the non-compliance.
How is that not a constitutional crisis?
Of course, the courts are going to have to be. I said that we are in a crisis across the board. We are in a crisis across the board in every way possible, including the assault on the democratic way of life. Now, the courts are going to have to aggressively enforce its. We are in a crisis. We've apparently been in a crisis, I think, since January 20th across the board. We're in an economic crisis. We're in a democracy crisis. We're in a crisis as it relates to the assault on healthcare, the assault on Social Security. None of this is normal.
I just really want to get this in with you. And so forgive me, I just want to take about 30 seconds to play something for you. And that is Patty Morin. She spoke at the White House yesterday about her daughter, Rachel. Rachel was killed in Maryland in 2023 by a fugitive from El Salvador. Take a listen.
If you're a mother here in the room, can you imagine standing there alive? You're alive. And someone comes and puts their hands into your chest and rips out your heart. That's what it feels like to have a senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children without a mother and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen.
And she, of course, is talking about Senator Chris Van Hollen, who has gone to El Salvador to try to see a different man who has been living in his state. What's your reaction to what you just heard from her?
Well, certainly, we deeply sympathize with any American, any individual who has experienced a loss of life of a loved one. Certainly those who have lost a child. No parent should ever be in a situation where they have to bury their children. But I think it's also important to zoom out and be very clear, at least from my perspective, that violent felons here unlawfully should be deported. We need to secure the border. We do have a broken immigration system. It does need to be fixed in a comprehensive and bipartisan way. At the same period of time, we are going to defend dreamers and farm workers and law-abiding immigrant families. That is part of who we are as Americans, both a nation anchored in the rule of law and a nation of immigrants from the very beginning. E pluribus unum, out of many, one.
Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic Leader of the House of Representatives, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And coming up, President Trump's battle against Harvard could have devastating consequences.